What is up? My name is Garrett Yogurt on Twitter, YOOGRRTT. Thank you so much for tuning into the Now Notation YouTube channel. Welcome back to another album review. Thank you so much. We are doing Tracy's, Lil Tracy, Young Bruh, Tracy Minaj's, whatever the fuck you want to call him. It seems like he's been changing his name as of recent, more than usual, but it looks like, according to streaming, we are back to just Lil Tracy. But now that I'm looking at this genius webpage with the track lists, they have it under Tracy. So I'm fucking confused again. So that's great. That's wonderful. But yeah, this guy is someone who you would know from the SoundCloud, the end of SoundCloud era, coming up in the LA scene with the Goth Boy clique, heavily collaborated with Lil Peep. He was his best friend. Peep's best friend was his, or his best friend was Peep. And they made great music together. They have 2 albums, Castles 1 and Castles 2. If you want to check those out, I can highly recommend those. As well as he has a couple previous projects that I have heard. Tracy's Anime or Tracy's Manga or Tracy's Hentai or something like that is one that I can remember. I think it is Tracy's Anime. But yeah, this guy is someone who definitely makes that type of music very moody, very dark and aesthetic, but also has a heavy auto-tune, but he plays with it in, I would say, a very flavorful way. He's able to have fun with it, and also kind of influx his voice to make it not just degrading. It's kind of like a joke within itself how auto-tuned his music is sometimes, but the fact that it comes across as like a cohesive sound most of the time is impressive in itself. But I will say that looking back on it, I always enjoyed his features. Like the songs he would make with other people were always so good, and I would always keep those in my rotation. But thinking back, like there's not as many solo Tracy songs that I would bump or get down with just in my playlist and whatnot. Looking back, so looking at this with 0 features, you can see me being a little trepidatious and maybe not thinking I was going to enjoy this as much as I am. It's a very short project. Let's jump into the track list real quick. Track number 1, we got Tattoos. Track number 2, we got Bacteria. Track number 3 is Rain Rain Go Away. Track number 4 is Little Whore. Track number 5 is Heart, and that rounds it up or out. Out and up. But this thing, like I said, is super quick. Does feature a little bit of a diss track with Lil Whore, where he's calling out Bexy and Fat Nick and Smoke a Sack and all those guys. I think he says some shit about Kill Station in there. Calls him like a PlayStation. I don't know. That whole beef is not what we're here to talk about. Usually I will splice it up, but I think that one's a little... It comes from distaste, and it also comes from like Tracy having like episodes, it seems like, and just wilding out on Twitter and waking up like fuck what happened type shit. And I know he's been trying to get sober recently, so big ups to him for that. So but lapses will happen. But as long as he keeps fighting and works towards it, that's all I have to really say about it. But Tattoos, I will tell you right now, is a fucking banger, catchy as hell. Bacteria is fire as well. All these are really good, but I would say Tattoos and Lil Whore or Bacteria are the ones that you would want to listen to, just as far as getting an idea of what this guy can do. And what's the most impressive about this is how like independent he really is. Like I can just tell based on since last year with Pete passing, and even looking before that, as they started to split off a little bit and doing their own thing, trying to market themselves a little bit more independently, you could definitely see that this guy just doesn't give a fuck. Not that he doesn't care about the music. You can't really make this good of music, I don't think, without having at least either raw talent or raw ability, or just really caring. And I think Tracy does fall into that category of really caring in the end. But the fact that he's able to do it like the way he has, just as like, I don't want to say inconsistent, because his music's consistent. It always sounds like a Tracy track, and they're fire for the most part. And he's funny as fuck, man. I mean, if you haven't heard Like a Farmer, like, come on, man. Like, that shit is just comedy off the chain. Lil Whore is hilarious as well. He's like talking about drinking water because it's fun, and you're just like, what the fuck are you talking about? But in the end, like, how can you even be mad? Because it's just good, fun music. And I think in the end of the day, if that's what he was trying to capture, and if that's what he was trying to do, definitely comes across very, very well on this project, this little short EP. Let me know in the comments comment section below. What did you think? Like I said, pretty short video. Just wanted to give you my thoughts on it. And I'm very excited to see what happens to Tracy in the future, because I do think he has the potential to blow the fuck up. And if, as shitty as it is, like, for anyone to be like, man, like, no one makes music like Peep, like, I think it is different for sure, but the heart and soul and consistency of, like, that type of conveyance, like that type of message being portrayed, I think is living very, very much and alive on this album, as well as in Lil Tracy, period. So don't sleep on Lil Tracy. He's definitely gonna have some fucking fun. For someone who's never made a full project, full album, like legit album on streaming, like, we're about to have some fun for sure. Probably going into 2019 to see what the fuck is up with that, because I think he's definitely someone you would want to keep your eye out on, because he's either gonna break everyone's expectations or just fall flat. But regardless, we're gonna definitely still get good music, because I don't think this guy can really not make a good song. Some of these come across as very quick, freestyled, put together, like it, but it doesn't come across as lazy. It just comes across as easy to him, and I'm interested to see how he uses that talent and maybe challenges himself to put out something that's a little bit more full of depth. But yeah, my name is Garrett.Yogurt on Twitter. Let me know what's your favorite track in the comment section below. Thank you so much for all the support, and you take care of yourselves. That is all, folks.